discussed, analyzed, and prepared ourselves for, as the big head is getting on in here with some really solid USPSs and, of course, lots of flashbin utility. Not something that we got to see out of that last team. And, you know, I was also take a look at our community. That chat is saying keep an eye on Migui. Halo, let's see if Miguel Zera is going to be able to get them pickups, because he's apparently one of the better ones.
Really is the case. This round, TryHearts have moved considerably close towards B side as they walk down finally. And oh boy, a few leg shots already coming through. Afamon is going to have to make a change of mind there. No real information out. The big heads, they don't know about the bomb exactly, and not a lot of information of where everyone is. And do keep in mind, one of TryHearts is posted up all towards Ivy.
Yeah, they're just kind of taking it real slow, you know. Right now, TryHearts, they have to kind of poke at this pistol round. Again, this is not, as you said, a map that you can just rush out, and TryHearts has been known for that strategy. They have to test the waters against this team. They don't really know how good this team quite is relative to the last semifinals. But already a swing like that, it's going to be Nito getting the first blood down, and a big swing upcoming here. Afamon getting another one, but oh, what is this? Nito with a double down. You still have McGwee getting another pick, but he's gone. Leaves now just Ism to try to clutch this up.
All alone up against 4. No TryHearts. No kid either. The most he can do is, well, you know, pop some 4 heads, which he is unable to do. And that is going to be the first round for TryHearts. They played this out really nicely. You know, some presence on towards B, just entirely moving towards Pop Dog, completely exploding onto A side and taking all of big heads down. Yeah, pretty neat, pretty textbook pistol round. So good for them for now. That is going to be giving them the advantage as well to actually go for 2 AKs. What do you think about that, Aju?
Here we go. Well, right now, what I think about after that pistol round, it's going to be the AK buys that kind of scare me. You know,
yeah.
We saw TryHearts yesterday. They didn't really want to buy anything bigger than a Deagle to try to build up economy, and they're already committing AK. So this definitely is a team that they're respecting more. They know it's the grand finals now. They've made it this far undefeated, and they want to keep it going.
Pretty much. Nita, though. Out here with a USP, interestingly somehow. But hey, he is waiting for his teammates that do hold onto the big guns to, you know, cause chaos, but he does not care. He's going to be popping 2 heads with a USP back to back, and on the other side, we can see a lot of action towards CT as well. This round should be soon, fairly quickly, I believe. It's just Afamon dealing with 2 people here.
Ooh, good execution from the side. Might be able to find that MAC-10, and if you can get the MAC-10, you can make some MAC-10 and cheese. You can maybe have some dinner cooked up. But wait a minute, USPS versus MAC. Oh, where you look at another pick, and that's now $600 in their pocket. Even if it is going to get them picked off, the MAC-10 gave them quite a bit of fundage. So for that second round save round, you're having the whole of the Counter-Strike team having a decent amount of money.
Pretty much now was the case, and with that money, they are going to be buying a big gun. The big gun, actually, a lot bigger than we expected, because Karam is going to be going with an AWP, and I believe that is a glass armor AWP. Yep, it is. Kind of interesting on how he's going to be able to put it to use. Probably going towards CT quad or something. But on the other side, he is going to be having to deal with one of the best operators that we've seen here in Plausible. That is Indigo. Both of them are going to be locking their crosshairs. It's only really about the timing here.
Ooh, glass cannon. And that's going to be a nice clean shot down onto Martin. Might find another one here, but so far it's actually going to be the opposite end of the map getting pushed in right now. And it's only one player. SM4 to maybe just get it. Just show this up. But unfortunately, TryHearts are taking this a little bit slow. Wait a minute. Nito.
Lopez isn't exactly swinging that. On the other side, Afamon just trying to get a pick, but it's going to be shut down instantly, and that is all hope for these guys going towards B side. 2 people already lost. They really need to think about how to keep that up in Indigo's hands, because, well, they did invest into it, and they can't just lose it this fast.
Gotta just take it extra slow, but with 40 seconds left, we start seeing the util start to fly. Rage Machine, we know him as the entry, is going to be able to spot out one, but Lopez is doing such a great job holding these tight angles, but his teammates is right around the corner to get ready to swing it, and that's going to be a lot of damage dealt through it, but oh my goodness, he finally falls, and that's Nito getting another one down. It's Glass Cannon out trying to get some picks with their team, and what a flick, immediate execution of one. Nito having to push on it up, and boom, it's going to be more damage. Another pickup, and oh, the flank is a little bit too real for him, but it's just an opper. A 1v2.
Oh, could have almost landed another no scope there. He had the crosshair on. It was only just the delay of pulling out the op again. Indigo. Oh boy. How I would have loved to see that, but well, didn't really happen, and now we're here with the big heads finally taking their first round and also making TryHearts lose their very first op investment. Also kind of hurting them a lot in the economy department, but they should be able to recover soon enough because, hey, they are on the T side. They did get 2 rounds. Just 1 eco should be good enough.
Just one. All you're going to need, and let's see here. With the Galil Hero Rifle, Indigo just holding W, might be able to find an opening. He gets one and somehow is able to live through the fire long enough to do a little bit of damage. Now 50% HP here for now. It's going to have to come down to his AK to try to find these picks, but the Galil's back in the hands of the T side, and they are executing this site pretty well.
Now with a really quick reposition there, they cannot expect him to be there. Kind of in safety for now, but not for long enough. Nito taken down, bomb's been planted. They can definitely move into side after clearing out Martin. How are they going to deal about the upper players, though? Oh, he just has a Tech 9. McGill, eyes locked, target locked on, and is going to be executing it perfectly as well. And, well, this is seemingly over for TryHearts. Just Rage Machine left and a little Tech 9 in his hands.
Wow. Just wow. 2-2. TryHearts is already kind of meeting their match, and luckily they got the bomb plant, but their loss bonus isn't quite enough for them to go for a full buy, so they're going to have to do a very similar play style. Obviously, we saw the hero rifle with the Galil working very solid last round, but you have given up an AK over to now, which has found a lot of value. We've now seen a lot of this weaponry that's being brought out by the big hit to be consistent in how they're playing out these rounds. They're getting a lot of these early game picks. We also are not seeing the op anymore. So, you know, without seeing that op, I'm looking at maybe a little bit of a chance to give a little bit of an inch here over to Big Head to keep up that momentum.
And, well, if they want to keep up that momentum, they are going to have to push through with the performance. But, you know what giving reminds me of, Edu? A giveaway. And would you be so kind to actually throw in a code here for us, for our viewers, and for the people who are listening right now?
Yeah, if you guys have been paying attention to the giveaway we have right here at the PGCS Season 3 Finals, you might notice over at the wonderful Gleam.io link you can click in the Twitch chat is a secret code, which I do have one for you right now, and that's going to be Instant 5-stack. 5 with the number, instant 5-stack, no spaces. And of course, that will be posted as well in the Twitch chat once it's ready. Get that code out there for you. Get it pumped on in, and you will be able to get even more of this giveaway going. But let's jump on into this matchup here and really see what is the turnaround after this pause, after this team has been able to take a deep breath.
For now, once again, working with the Deagles, which, well, they are really good with. The problem is, they have been met with players or better. Lopez taking away one, running away with his life, but not for long, because Indigo has a lot to say about it. He's going to be picking up the Galil, recovering it, and moving towards A side. This should be really easy, because if they can get the con player, they can get the crossing on the other side. Nito's also going to be getting a lot of work done. Insanity just now left with just an AK and half HP. What does he do about this situation?
Honestly, I think he saves. The AK is just too valuable, and he only has $800. This might be a little bit of damage dealt, but it also comes down to how confident he thinks he is. But that confidence is going to show up big.
Oh boy.
Unfortunately, he's down to 3 HP, so that's all he's going to be able to be good for, but totally worth a little bit of aggression there to find a decent amount of damage.
But now that he's left 3 HP, I believe, yeah, he really shouldn't be taking any fights anymore, because definitely wants to hold on to that AK for a bit longer, and the bomb's going to go off, and it's going to be finally the third round for TryHearts after losing that many. But hey, only 2 rounds, and especially that they managed to win an eco round for these guys. I mean, they started off with just Deagles and Tech 9s and somehow managed to make it out of alive. That's just TryHarts things, you know. That's just what they're capable of. And now that is going to be letting them, you know, boost their economy back up once again. The big guns, as I said, are back out now. And on the other side, big heads are not going to be having a lot to work around with, except Karam once again going with the glass can. No. He has armor. This time around, he's going to be having armor. But yeah, otherwise, not that stacked up on utils. But TryHarts are going to be, so that might eventually end up making a difference. But still, with the amount of utilities they have, aim in control has been seized for now.
Lopez is just going to get aggressive here. Just one around the corner. The flash is a little bit too bright, and he spots it, but oh no, it's going to be a whiff shot and 2 fall. Beautiful aggression here from the big head to shut down TryHearts early, and look at that flick. Another one for Karam, able to grab these players down, and now it's just going to be Afamon and Rage Machine to find the real picks.
And honestly, the way that they're positioned right now, I don't exactly think that's going to be happening anytime soon. SM is going to be holding upper and might come into contact. But does he take the fight is the question, because he doesn't exactly need to. Information is all he needs right now. Afamon trying to find a head there, desperately waiting for someone to peek, but none from big heads really making that mistake. Look at the timing on this. Sees the con player, lands a few bullets, but, well, not enough to get the kill. And that is going to be his sign to just... Do you think these guys are going to blast out onto B side?
I mean, right now it really does come down to if they can get that first pick, but they have, you know, a decent amount of players just trying to slow him down, and here comes the aggression, but it's all about the timing here. It's trying to hold him down, and that's going to be 1 and 2 and done. They, you know, you talk about the aggression, and they bring it, but I'm looking at this, and, you know, we're in for a best of 5, and this first map is looking a little bit rough for TryHearts. The big head really showing up well.
They indeed are, and well, that is going to be warranting a timeout for these guys, because a little confused on what exactly is going wrong, and they need to, you know, rethink their strats a little. And even if we do try to, you know, try to deconstruct it a little, not quite sure what exactly is going wrong, because, well, big heads, they are seizing control of A main right when the round starts, and that's kind of what you have to do on train. But the thing is, you also have to respond to it. But before TryHearts can really do anything about it, the big heads are just being a little more aggressive than they should be, and it somehow is working out for them as well, as we saw the perfect pop flash, and, you know, just letting the MP9 rush through and getting the pick onto the Opera, and even the trade when he was taken down. Yeah, that is some really good coordination there by Big Head. So the only way to really, you know, offset that is just being more coordinated, just, you know, giving back a better response to it with more coordination. So yeah, I am interested to see what TryHearts are gonna do about this.
Yeah, and, you know, another timeout being called, definitely a little bit of a chance for them to bounce back. But here's the thing. I think one thing can be said for certain is TryHearts didn't get a lot of practice yesterday with AKs. They weren't buying them. They were buying Deagles. So I think, honestly, seeing them commit this many Deagles into this round actually benefits them a bit, because they just had an entire semifinals of only using pretty much one gun. So will this be the change up? Will this be the econ weapon or buy? You know, because we did see them start with some Tech 9 rushes. Will this be the change that they need?
Possibly and possibly not, but this time around, look at that. They are not at all interested in taking that aim in control. Shot fired at Ivy, not exactly connecting there, but still desperately trying to get the pick on the Opper. Not quite sure if it's happening, because hey, it's an Op versus Deagle. You obviously know what's going to happen. Gathering up outside B, just waiting to get a pick. That's slightly an early molly, but oh, solid to stop a push.
All right. You are seeing TryHearts kind of just whittle down that clock, hoping that someone on the CT side is going to over-aggress and maybe just find them a weapon for free. But at the end of the day, now has been anchoring this site a little bit too well for TryHearts. It's just something where, you know, he's taken this very obscure off angle. Obviously, you're going to be able to, you know, just get that pixel perfect pick, but take that from the T side perspective, it's not going to be easy. But with all these smokes flying out, they're just going to try to launch on up, and look at the damage dealt already. But look at now. Oh, execution. That's what we need, and that's the pistol damage. Their Deagle Demon's getting another one.
How does that happen? 3 kills back to back, and a 4th one as well. Yeah, this is exactly what you were talking about. I was kind of doubting. No, how does that work? What do you mean that they've been using Deagles and then they can just do it all over again? But this is you're right. You were right. This is exactly what TryHearts can do. This is absolutely insane. And Karm is just now going to be forced to save that up.
Unfortunate. But will he be able to get out? The thing about TryHearts is they don't really have to play their life. They're not really saving many weapons. If you're Martin or Indigo, you mean you could look for one on point, but they're kind of already gone. They're hunting. They want to just get the execution and not allow this to be a save. And now they know where he is. So will they be able to find the value? Turning around this corner. There we go. Oh, he whips. He didn't get it. Oh, that's good. That's a good round for TryHearts.
That indeed is barely any investment. Just an entirely econ round with just Eagles. Managing to get the bomb, get all of the players, and even the Opera down. Yeah, definitely an amazing round for these guys. And that is going to be pushing them back up once again. This is basically just both of these teams going neck to neck. Just one-upping each other every single round. As you said, now was able to, you know, get those picks, but the way he was just completely obliterated on B side, it's just insane. I was jaw-dropped. I was like, wow, how does that happen? What is that, Indigo? But yeah, once again, another timeout. Maybe a strategic one, or maybe something is up with these guys, but we're going to get to see that.
Just taking another slow round here with another little bit of a pause, a little bit of a timeout. And, you know, knowing the order of timeouts that we've seen from both of these, we can talk a little bit about the map picks here. So this is actually TryHearts map pick, and I thought that they were starting on CT. I just had it flipped. So it's actually going to be a CT start for obviously what we've been watching, but the fact that TryHearts is the people who wanted to be on this map and they're getting met with so much resistance kind of lends itself to an explanation as to why we saw so many so many just tactical pauses here early in this game. So I'm pretty excited that we're seeing this kind of turnaround fairly well, but I gotta wonder, you know, you look over at the big head, they called a timeout just now for one reason. They're afraid. They just witnessed what TryHearts is capable of on an eco round, and TryHearts just got a huge round to boost their momentum and boost their morale.
Definitely is the case, and now the big heads, they do have something about it. Now, for a change, actually taking the upper control, because, well, that's where things have been going wrong for these guys, but TryHearts, an entirely different approach this time. A-side entirely smoked off, perfect mollies, Karm just stuck there for now, cannot really do anything about it. Definitely hears Rage Machine walking and stomping all over side, but him peeking right now or pushing the smoke could be deadly, but oh well, the MP9 is way too strong in that close of angles, but he should be dead with that nade. Yes, sir, he is. Indigo responding perfectly, and the AK-47 spray is out in the open. Kilter being secured.
It's just Rage Machine, though. One player left, and unfortunately now has found himself an AK. But the bomb planted right here. There's no longer that heaven spot. This is a cubby of doom, and the timing. Perfect. Smoke is going to be on the bomb. Spots out one, gets it, and has to commit to it. And look at that. Rage Machine doesn't let a ninja defuse, and that's going to be a clean round yet again.
Amazing. Amazing how he didn't just try to, you know, spam the diffuser off the bomb. He waited. He waited for the defender. He waited where the other guy was and just instantly spray transferred. Yeah, amazing, amazing stuff. Amazing patience. Could have very well have been diffused if they just chose to, you know, invest in a single diffuse kit. But oh boy, Rage Machine took the bet and definitely paid off. It's really like how, you know, on a map like Train, you are definitely not really able to gain space, right? Because if you're easily allowed to walk into B upper and as well as A main, but after that, whatever you're gonna do is you're really gonna have to commit. And yeah, that's what kind of TryHearts are doing right now.
Ooh, shots. And And another one for Aphamon. And another one. The P250. What? How are these guys just pistol poppers? They're absolutely popping off every time they get the shots down. And that's just something that you don't get to see very often. That's beautiful to see it. But the big head, they were on 2 save rounds. They have some rifles again. And most importantly, they have that glass cannon up. They have the ability to maybe find a couple more entry-level picks.
I mean, hey, Karam has been giving us a lot of value with that glass cannon op because he is able to get that Ivy pick every single time. Anytime anyone is going to be fighting Ivy, they're going to have to deal with Karam. So that has been working out so far, and he's even been able to save it. Other than that one time where he whiffed on Aphamon, but hey, that happens. Even to the best of us, but for now, once again, big heads. Outside A main are going to have to fight off a lot of tryhards there. Martin with a perfect spray transfer. Finally taken down, though. Karam getting some work done as well from Quad. Leaving just 2 of tryhards alive. Now, spots ahead, but not enough to get the kill in. But, well, they can slow down now because, hey, they do have the life advantage. And if they only hold on to it, tryhards are going to have to deal with a lot.
Take it slow. You might be able to jump on up and get a couple picks here, but what I'm really looking forward to is going to be Aphamon, who's hunting down, but they have no idea where these CTs are, and it is a bundle just grouped up. The man might be able to get the timing. No,
Aphamon, this is perfect. One kill, sees the other one. Gets him as well, and the bomb is being defused though. Doesn't have a kid, can't make it in time. Surely can. There's the spray, missing the shots, pulls out the pistol, and it's gonna land on the head. Perfectly done by this guy. His angle, his positioning, and the way he took the fight was all pixel perfect.
So clean, so smart here from Aphamon to be able to just take it out. That's the second round that was won by stopping a diffuser in smoke, and really shows you that I think the big head needs to change their post-plant style, their retake style. They say, okay, smoke the bomb, stick it. Honestly, they were winning when they just had the strategy of just shoot them, you know, kill tryhards first and make it safe. But I think that they need to really commit all of their people on, especially when, you know, they do have enough time for these kind of diffuses.
Pretty much. But now they're going to have to play with the pistols, but that doesn't matter to this guy, because hey, supporting flash, as we saw every single time, has been working, and it is gonna as well this time too. Indigo retaliating a little bit, getting a pick onto Karam, probably, but oh, how long is this 5-7 gonna let to survive? Picks up the AK, but that is gonna be his death. Another AK secured though. Can be put to a lot of value because only 3 of tryhards left now. A lot of damage dealt with just a single 5-7, honestly.
Here we go. Inching on up. Spots Aphamon. Oh, there we go. Thank God he was able to see the corner of the shoulder, but now it's going to be Migui Zera trying to find an opening here, and boom. Right in one. Might be able to find a second one here, but it's going to be Isman getting right up behind him, but he gives away his positioning, and he's not punished for it. Never punished. It's a big pick here. 40 seconds remaining for the last one standing, and unfortunately, that is bomb on the ground here. TryHearts needing another clutch situation.
Nita, though, alive, full HP, perfect wraparound. Can definitely be a free kill for him. Sees him. Tries to find it there as well, but the movement is going to scare him a little too much. Kills there, information's out. 1v1 situation between him and Mikizera. Only about the timing now.
Nice. Another clutch. That's the thing, though. I'm really confused because we did see that TryHearts did not have possession of the bomb. They had an enemy team that was locking them down there. So the question was, why did they split off and kind of just allow that 1v2 to become 2 1v1?
I mean, just, you know, that is where the split-second decision-making comes through, right? Because they just decided to split up between 2 sides, and they were like, hey, we can play it safe. There's no way he's going to wrap around us, you know, right? And yeah, they just kind of like, just entirely went the opposite way they expected it to, so, well, you just got to give credits for Nito, for making that play. Just, that's all it comes down to.
All right, another pause being pulled out here. Maybe this is going to be a chance for the big head to be able to at least make this a 4-8 half for them. Obviously, TryHearts, their map pick, definitely the second half power. It really did stem off of just one round where they were really locking down those Deegs. So, you know, if they could show that they could do it, they're kind of getting in the heads of the big head. They're getting in the big head, and they might be able to shut this back. So, I don't know. I'm really going to be questioning what these guys can do, but now we're seeing double op as the strat.
Double op it is, and Karam is going to be locking it down in A main, just switching through between Ivy, and yeah, now both of the ops are going to be coming into action. 2 picks secured already on TryHearts. That is going to be reducing their numbers quite a lot. Definitely more than they've wanted to. And Nito is going to be losing his life as well. Karam, quick repositioning, quick re-peeks. This guy is just holding down 2 different angles at the same time.
Might be able to find one more, but with 2 players as the last remaining. The crazy thing is, it's Indigo and Rage Machine. Indigo, especially with that op, might be able to find the angle.
Could be.
Ooh. At the time, oh, they see the shadow. Oh, I gotta love a ray tracing moment, and maybe find another one. Boom. That's a massive massacre here coming out from just one player. But you look at that half, you look at the score line, 4-8. It arguably CT sided, so definitely could be favoring TryHearts to wrap this up tightly.
For sure. Hey, I think I just might have my eyes on another Omper in the Plausible series entirely, because before it was just Indigo for us, because in the previous seasons we saw Indigo hitting some insane shots with the op, just insane flicks. Everything was there, what you need from an Omper, but finally we have someone else who is showing just as much potential, and it's going to be Karam.
Yeah, I will say, though, it is a CT op versus T side.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not exactly a good benchmark, but it sure is a solid demonstration of what this player might be able to do for us. But now on the T side, a very solid strategy. No splitting up and defaulting here. It is a 5-player stack, and that's 1. That's 2.
Just rush.
Indigo's out of ammo.
Yeah.
Oh, so close. I mean, the fact that Indigo didn't really just play back there, a little bit of a misread there, and now it's a 2v3. But wait, the flank, Nito right on behind him.
Nito always making the plays that are need to be made, but can he get out of this? No, sir, he cannot. Karam is going to be able to shut him down, just leaving Marlon alone with the USP. A lot of work to be done. Time's running out.
Nice, that's 1 on that high ground. I think he's forgotten about the other one, and the movement almost getting him away from those bullets. It is going to be now 8-5, and Big Head needs a pistol round to turn this around, gets it for them, and we do know that TryHearts, they might want to just pull out the deagles this early.
Good picks overall. I mean, hey, TryHearts, they did try to counter it. They did try to, you know, shut down the entire pop dog take early on, but didn't exactly go how they expected it to. Just complete obliteration by the big heads there. And of course, it's the Glock. They can just, you know, run it down and be just as accurate. While with the USP, you have to be a little bit more considerate with how you use it. So yeah, that is going to be leaving TryHearts with, once again, their favorite choice of weapons, Deegs, again. And we are going to see if they're able to land those crisp, clean headshots once again.
Crispy and clean, that's all I want. However, if they don't manage to find a couple picks here, they're not going to have the best money for next round. And
Insane
oh my God, what a shot. And that's going to be a guaranteed 2. Rage Machine not going to allow just himself to get those picks. It's a double down here, and TryHearts, it's now up to the Deagles. It's now up to the Deagles to really shine up. And wait a minute, Martin wants to get a little aggro here.
For now, they're just moving towards B side, but Pop Dog Danger coming up. Should be cleared though, because Mixrara has the timing and is holding it perfectly, and yes sir, he will. The only aggressor is going to be shut down. Nito though, always there in the perfect of timings, is going to be getting away with 2, denying the plan as well, but now that is just going to be leaving Afamon behind.
There we go. Leaving him behind. What's the play? What's the strat? Grabbing a team. Able to inch up and... F him on. Spots out one. Molly kind of forces him into this position. No kit. So, obviously, you're just going to have to swing out. Get these picks. Another flash coming around.
Hey, nothing to lose either, because that's just a $700 gun, right? What does he lose there? Is going to be getting away with a headshot. Maybe another kill. Yes, sir. A lot of damage dealt to big heads there. They're only going to be surviving with one player last alive. That is a good round.
Very much so. And obviously, damage dealt. 4 players fallen. Real solid for these guys. Now, PGCS with this team, you are looking at TryHearts struggling to get the timing down. Obviously, you're going to see these 2 players towards the end getting picks like these, but at the end of the day, it's not just about the picks. It's also about how your team across the board is able to play. And TryHearts now only 2 away from losing their lead.
We are going to be seeing a risk making down here. TryHearts are going to have to stop a lot of big hits. And yes, sir, Nito is alive, and Indigo helping him out as well. Now, though, retaliating perfectly with a pistol is going to be letting him take the space outside of him. And what is that? Affamon coming out with the Swag 7! A lot of damage dealt, even a kill, but for now, all he really needs to do is play slow, because, hey, 1 guy left, nothing to worry about.
Yeah, and bomb down. Swag 7, close quarter combat, and execution for the aggression. Now, they do just have to hold the bomb, but the timing from Miguel might... No, he's not getting flanked quite yet. Yeah, they've stopped pushing. They've stopped giving this man his 1v1s. And with a minute left... I like this play. He's trying to bait out TryHearts' impatience. They know that they're incredibly aggressive, so if you just sit back and wait, you might be able to find someone who gets a little bit too hungry.
For sure it's the case, but is TryHearts foolish enough to do that? But it's also the timing that's at play here. They are playing it out for the trade, but in the very final moments, they are going to be splitting up, which may be an opportunity for Meguzera there. No picks to be found just yet, but he is closing up on both of them, and never mind, Martin is going to be getting the better of him with the 9th round as well. TryHearts amazingly stopping the A-side push. Big heads, they were pretty quick, they were pretty explosive out there, even getting the initial picks that they needed, but, well, with the help of Indigo and the other of TryHearts, they were able to stop it, and, well, that is what you love to see.
TryHearts stops the spree as you were talking about it there, Holler, and you look over at the big head, and this big brain play, lots of pistols, but that's an XM10. Affamon's gonna get extra aggro, that's one, but the running gun, it's too much to bear, has to just molly it off and back away.
XM is extremely overpowered in situations like these, because, hey, no range, a lot of damage to be dealt. Here's the Mac 10. Perfect RNG there. Is going to be getting Affamon. That XM is down. Not even a chance to fire a single bullet out of it.
Take your time. You just have to find an opening. Right now, you look on over at this CT side, and they're pretty much spread thin, but this first point, looking a little free. A site might just be where they want to go, and oh my god, they're going to get the drop on it. Oh, they do. But their teammates right there to clean it up. They can't let that gun get picked up, and they're just going to keep running and gunning and getting eventually traded out. Indigo, long distance, Famos able to get a famous distance shot, leaving just one left. Just McGee, who, unfortunately for Miguel Zera, it's not easy.
It's really not. 71 HP. Did pick up a rifle though, so can't take those long-range duels. Oh, I love this shot. Okay, never mind. I was distracted by the shine of the gun, but Meguzera is shining out here as well, getting that headshot, and now being allowed to move into sight, making it a 1v1 between him and Martin. Martin does have a kit to work around with, so a lot of time in his hands, and not sure if he heard him there, because he's not looking at the right angle, and it's going to be a free kill for Martin.
Wow. free kill like that. And yes, another 1v1 coming to an end, with TryHearts being able to finish it off with a double-digit score line. Looking pretty good. I mean, obviously this is their map, but they've been kind of on their toes a lot because of these kind of aggressive plays. But when Rage Machine and Indigo are able to get their value off, it really does come down to a solid back and forth. But as we're getting into now a potential buy round here for the Big Head, they did manage to get the bomb plant, so we can start seeing some AKs. And by some, I mean one.
Well, Hero AK it is, and the rest of them are going to be going with the pistols, P250 and the Deeg. And they are going to have to create an XM first, but they get the better of him. Afamon once again. XM not exactly working out as he expected it to. That is going to be letting them control B-side a little more. Now, though, perfect timing. Oh boy, he wasn't even trying to kill Lido there.
Yeah, just got the timing down, but oh my god, Rage Machine and Martin just keep on keeping on with the solid cleanup here over in Pop Stairs, as it's now time for Big Head to really try to turn something around. I mean, you looked at a tied game at 3-3, and now we're looking at a double the score line here if TryHearts takes one more round.
Pretty much is the case. It is double indeed, and well, with that, they only need 2 more rounds to actually just simply win this map and take it to the next one. So yeah, Big Heads, this is definitely going to be their last opportunity to make something out of this map. And if they're able to gain momentum here, then we might have some hope. But other than that, they are going to have to focus on the rest of the series. So that being said, TryHearts are finally being aggressive there, and Martin and Nido doubling it up with the kills. He switched up the shotgun.
What a pick. What a pick. And only 2 left. You have Indigo getting baited out, but inside through fire and flames, he still managed to find one, and it's the Opera Karam who unfortunately is not able to find the value out of that. Now the Big Head, I think, has made a critical failure here. They have lost bonus to try to keep them above, but buying that up means that they can't afford util, armor, and AK. They can't really do a boutique buy, as my friend Volt would call it. It really does come down to the fact that you're looking at a team that is missing out on one major key player, and that is no money against match point.
Definitely is the case. Are going to have to bet it all on just the MAC-10s and Galeos, because, well, pockets empty. That's all you get. On the other side, TryHearts, they have everything to work around with. Come on, switching up the positions with the op, not using the shotgun anymore. Is going to be finding a pick, but now already sneaked up all outside A main somehow. Getting away with the pick, but, well, shut down instantly enough. Okay, good flash, but just not soon enough.
Just gonna be a low HP, a flick of the wrist, and it's Afamon to shut down the Opper with the op, the proper way to play it. And around map 1 of this best of 5, going to TryHearts on their first pick.